Hello YouTube and welcome to another movie reaction here today. Today we are watching Akira from, do I have a year on this thing? From 1988. There you go, from 1988 all the way back then when I wasn't alive, and I'm presuming most of you weren't alive either. So way before I was born, way back to Akira. So, the deal is, I had a poll and I put a bunch of movies out and basically ranked how much we wanted to see them. Perfect Blue won. I've already seen Perfect Blue, so if you wanted to see somebody react to the film Perfect Blue, that is already on the channel and you can go access that at your leisure. But second on the list was Akira. It was the next one down. So yeah, we're basically just continuing our little journey there. And a film I don't really know all that much about. I've done a little bit of research on the staff, which I'll get up pretty shortly. So here's ANN. Hello, ANN. And it's a bit of a weird one because I'm a bit of a casual, so I haven't really gone that much further back than the year 2000 in my anime watching journey stuff. So again, I don't really know who any of these people are and who any of whatever they worked on. I've had a bit of a scroll. There's chances are there's people down here and all this kind of stuff that are a little bit more prolific later on, and this is how they got their start. But I didn't recognize any names, so we're not going to go through everybody there. We're going to dwell on one person that I think looms over the production most of all, and that is Katsuhiro Otomo. We'll see director here, and now this is weird. Follow me on this one. Original manga, same bloke. So he wrote the manga. He's like, no. I need to do the movie. I need to do the anime. I'm going to make sure it's done right. Nobody else can do it. I don't trust anyone else to do it, so I'm going to go through and do it like that. Just making sure it was an adaptation quickly. Hang on. Yes, it was. Okay, the manga came out in... Oh, it started in 82 and went through to 1990, but the movie came out in 88? Weird. That's a bit weird. Okay, so... at the point of where this movie ends, maybe we'll get a weird ending or something. Again, I haven't read the manga, obviously, so I don't know. But yeah, that's the person that I want to zero in on overall, and I've got his page up here. And if I do this, if I go Control F, Director, if I can type, that'd be good. Not that. Okay, Akira. And then this is Akira TV thing, which I'm pretty sure is like shovelware. Not shovelware, vaporware, that's the word. It doesn't fucking exist. Because if I go into here, like, it isn't out yet, and they said they were going to do it in 2019, and Sunrise was announced, or attached to it, and nothing has happened, unless it's still happening, and I don't know, but 4 years is a long time to hear nothing. Cannon fodder, don't know what that is. Combustible, don't know what that is. Listen, there's a fair few things here. Worked on some Gundam. I don't know on the themes of the movie if it's like about mechs or something, but you could probably make some attachments there. The ones I wanted to focus on are Metropolis, which I've heard of, a planning assistant on Perfect Blue, which is kind of coincidental, but anyway, and Steam Boy from the early 2000s as well, because these are a few of the ones I've actually heard of, and Space Dandy, sure. There's also Ryojin Z being another thing that he wrote on. As we can see here on this Wikipedia page, this is probably a better way to look at it, right? Right on all these, director on only a couple. A few shorts here and there as well, obviously a very long bibliography, but I'm not very manga pilled, so I can't really tell you all about that. I'll tell you that the Akira manga is very well regarded. It's got a very high rating and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, Metropolis is... Let's give Metropolis up, because I was reading about this just then, because I haven't seen this either. Like, okay, directed by Rintaro, I don't know who that is, but if you got one name, you're probably doing something right. Screenplay by Katsuhiro Otomo, and then the manga by Osamu Tezuka. It's like, oh my god. That's a list, huh? Yeah, this thing seems cool. I think I've scrolled down here to the reception. Film critic Roger Ebert gave Metropolis 4 out of 4 stars, calling it one of the best animated films I've ever seen. But everyone else is a little bit more lukewarm. So, I don't know, I've heard scant things about it, put it that way. Poster looks cool, though. Hell yeah. Steam Boy, less well regarded, a little bit more visuals over plot, which may also be Akira's thing. We'll have to see. I guess I should go into the production studio, which is Tokyo Movie Shinsha. Sure. Who seemingly are known for Conan and Lupin, who are two pretty iconic characters, as well as, I mean, this adaptation of Ashino no Joe and Rose of Versailles. So, seems pretty legit. Again, older stuff that I'm not as familiar with, have not really seen, but have heard of. I guess I should talk about what I know about Akira before we jump in here as well. It's a movie. It's about 2 hours long. I think it's in a futuristic setting. I think maybe not post-apocalyptic, but maybe something's happened. Maybe a little bit cyberpunk-ish. I mean, just looking at the bike. Look at that bike. This is a pretty famous key visual poster as well. So, I mean, I've also seen the bike shot, which everyone likes to parody. I think there's going to be a character called Tetsuo, because people always yell Tetsuo. So I know that one. I know that there's a Kanye West music video where it's largely based on scenes from Akira, so maybe I'll recognize some of those. But other than that, I'm fairly blind, and I think that's a unique position to be in. This movie, its name precedes itself. It's very famous. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we're just going to jump right in. It's about 2 hours long. I'll do a similar format after this is done. So if you're familiar with my TV anime stuff, I'll normally go through each episode in a fair bit of detail. Normally it'll be the analysis portion will be just as long as my other portion, which is watching the thing. You're not going to get 2 hours of analysis on Akira here today. It'll be very similar to my Perfect Blue. There'll be some points that I want to go back to and some overall reviewy thoughts, but other than that, there's not really going to be all that much theorizing, considering, it's singular, it exists. I don't really need to do as such. But either way, I've got the ramble virus, so we're just going to jump in right here, but not without some shill stuff. So if you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord, love Discord. Suggest more movies for me to react to on the Discord and all that kind of stuff. I'm very active on there. If you have some theories, thoughts, feelings about Akira as well, that'd be the place to do it. Either way, we're going to jump right into the film Akira. Rightio, I have Akira up there ready to go. How long on this one? 2 hours and 4 minutes and 27 seconds. So sync up accordingly with your copy. Again, there will be a little slice there in the video. Why can't I speak? Where you'll be able to sync up your version if it isn't the exact same. So it may just be a little bit of trial and error there. For those that don't want to deal with any of that stuff, there is a picture-in-picture version provided. I'm going to imagine it's going to be in 2 parts, if not 3. So yeah, look out for that in the description below. The quality is kind of shit, but it is what it is. I guess I should tell you the version I have as well. It's Hyde's BD rip or something, and people told me that the subtitles don't really matter. I've got the FLAC audio 2.1 surround sound something, so so if that's important too, then now you have that knowledge that I am cursed with as well. I think I'm just going to jump into this thing. I think that's the easiest way to do this. So yeah, just going to give it a 3, 2, 1 and jump in. Radio? 3, 2, 1, go. I'm recording, that's good too. I always say that at the start of all these movies too. I never know what it means. Okay, yeah, true. Is there audio? I hope there is. It's a pretty extensive background. There is audio, that's good. Okay, this is in 1988. This is also when the movie came out. Okay, that seems pretty bad. Thank you, Katsuhiro Otomo. Now, but really, is there audio? I hope there is. Yeah, it's on. My headphones are on. I can hear something. Alright, there was giant explosion in 1988. Gotcha. Okay, Neo Tokyo, 31 years after, which would take us to quick math. Not 2019? Is that correct? Someone should warn them about COVID. Hello, Akira. Harukiya. Sure. The backgrounds continue to be very good. Oh, cool character design. Okay. Seems cyberpunky. Ugh. All right, that's the dude with the jacket. I know that guy. That's very specific. Pills? Ooh. Okay, this guy means business. Okay. It's time to move then. Hmm. Shut up. Interesting. So they're like scared of that guy. What the hell is an anti-lock brake? That's a lot of horsepower though. Okay, that's Tetsuo. It's too wild. You couldn't handle it. Okay, yep. I recognize that visual flair as well, the lines behind the bike. Yeah, okay. This is very cyberpunk. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, my main frame of reference for this style is always Blade Runner. But I mean, obviously, there's an inspiration before that as well. Fuck that guy, I guess. These are the guys we're chasing, I think, right? Oh my, we are these guys? No, we're chasing him. Oh yeah, he's a clown. I remember. He's literally a clown. That's really well animated. What? Oh my god. Oh yeah, Kaneda. I recognize that name too. Okay. Kaneda Tetsuo. I'm getting some names. I think Kaneda's the main guy. With the red bike and the red thing, the red jacket. It's very creative. Oh my god. Fuck that guy's arm. Game of chicken. See, your superbike doesn't have like electricity in it, so you're probably gonna lose. Yeah, he did the thing. Let's go. I didn't know it happened so early. Whoa. So yeah, what I got from that is I'm better than these average jokers. Like my bike's just better. And now the police are here. All right. Later, clown boy. So I was thinking that potentially we may have been vigilantes or something, but maybe we're just as bad as them. We're just rival gangs or something. Okay. That's very disorientating. Whoa. Yeah, that's so cool. That's really cool too. Mismatch between perceived reality on TV and actual reality. Okay, but why are we running away from the police? Childlike view versus adult view as well. Okay. Yeah, shoot the dog. I wasn't serious. Don't shoot the dog. Oh my god. 2 dogs shot. Oh, the kid hates it in the car. Yeah, don't look out the window. Okay. But who is this boy? He looks gaunt. Is he a dark elf? What the fuck? Alright, we're protesting. This is just current year. Okay, woman. It's true. Okay. Lots of characters. Who's bleeding here? I'd imagine the guy's bleeding. It seems like it. Now he's definitely bleeding. Okay. What the fuck? What's going on here? Yo. Ryu will help you now. Okay. Alright. I think we got him, guys. Jesus. That's terrible. Okay, there's something supernatural going on here. Or, sci fi. You know what I mean. That is not your normal kid. And that is K. Uh. Okay, they've dropped me in the deep end. Sure. They've really dropped me in the deep end. Okay. 1988, by the way. Every single time you see a cool piece of animation. Like, we have people drawing each and every frame here. Just keep it in mind. Tetsuo! Okay, we're going into the old city. I read okay, so there's a news report before, oppose imperialism. There was something about tax repeals. I'm just wondering what we're protesting about. I mean, other than the obvious cyberpunky stuff. Is Ryu that guy? I think so. Yeah, would have to be. Holy fuck! That guy was just minding his business. The smoke's cool. Oh. Okay, well, he's gone. And these guys are still all clown gang, right? We hate the clowns. Which, I mean, I do. I don't hate him that much, though. Oh, yeah, we were tracking him because he went to the lower city, so he vanished and teleported? Okay. Bit of a confrontation here. All the threads of the plot are coming together. The two scenes we've seen so far. Is he going to be okay? I don't see any blood. That kid with the stupid face. Looks like an old man. What's that behind you? Is that the mothership come to beam you home? I'm definitely recording. That's very good. Every time. Hello. It's got that Trump hair. But what are you? This guy escaped from Area 51 or something? I feel like I know that character design as well. Obviously, not a good bloke, I don't reckon. You can't survive on the outside, is the line there too. You've seen something you weren't supposed to see. Wait. What is it that you do? Going back. To a facility, you'd think. He's escaped a facility. Yeah, okay. Tetsuo does not seem like he's okay. Okay, knocked him out. If you want to see a movie that has some cool shit in it, watch Akira. It's a cool movie. Alright. Roll credits. I think we're done here. They do have Tetsuo, though. Who did, like, crash with his bike into the dude? Which is something we're watching as well. Okay. Tokyo gets the Olympics. Did they know? uh. I think you're lying. Okay. Well, something big's happening. Oh, really? And obviously, my man, whoever's wearing the jacket right now, is that seems bad. Let's get out of here. All right, there is political unrest. Oh my god. Contacted your school? How old are they? Yeah, but you're old to me who's, you know, in high school apparently. It's kind of freaking me out. They will. He's down horrendous. Okay, and that's Ryu, which you're gonna want to go see. So that's Canada. He just put on like a different face. I thought they like traded places or something. And she's gone. I don't know about that attitude. He's a bit straightforward. Okay, is that Tetsuo? Mega MRI. Please tell me. special pattern. Yeah, you would have thought that was the inciting incident there. Akira? Yo. Oh, I forgot to mention, Akira it's like also sometimes called Storm Boy. So I don't know how that's relevant, but you know. Alright, that's some science bullshit, but Tetsuo seems like he's infected, almost. Not really. None of this seems safe. I don't trust this mad scientist guy for a second. Playing God. I think you're not going to do that. Alright, so now they're at a school for fuck ups. This is the worst class. That's a school in the 80s. Ooh, the pink polo? Insane. Very 80s. I see 4 girls and 5 boys. The kids are alright. Very rude. Okay, who is you? Hospital? Level 7 medication or something? Okay. Oh my god. And this is like a dorm room. That's where you do laundry, I'm guessing? Because you bored here? Oh, hello. Because you're associated with Tetsuo. Gotcha. Okay, seems fine. Someplace far away. I don't think you're gonna get there, bud. I need to study. What? It's being stolen? Being stolen by Tetsuo. No, the bike's too much for you. You don't understand. Who the fuck's that? Is there some more clan boys? Yeah, they seem like clan boys. Was it out of fuel? That would have been funny. Nah, it's not them. Holy fuck. Konkauri. Tetsuo is a go-getter, I'll give him that. He's been hit in the head, like, a lot. Bad touch? Yeah, bad touch. Ooh, titties. That's 2 movies in a row with titties. What about Kaori? She's more important than the bike. Oh look, Kanada's he's passenger princess there because his bike got stolen. Okay, cool. Whoa, he's badass. He definitely does love to yell Tetsuo. Alright. We got reinforcements and one. What happened to your bandage? Yeah, I agree. I'm just looking out for you, man. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Oh, it's the meme. It's the meme. Yeah, okay, that's great. Alright, that one's all over TikTok, or it was a while ago. But I could have paused through that, but it seems like some crazy shit is going on in his head. Yeah. Is he making that happen? That's much like our little boy. Hello? Okay, no, he's hallucinating. Is he? It's unclear. I think it's going bad for our heroes. Yeah, so you experimented on some boy, right? And then he escaped. That seems bad. Alright, government's back. Nah, he's a men in black. Or man in black. He's here to stop you from doing that. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's a bit goofy. Just his like face in the windscreen there. Alright. He's gone again. Will he escape again? It's unclear. But now we've got a bit more scope as to what's actually happening as well. So we may actually go save him. He's not really in the mood. I mean, something happened today. They only love us for our bikes. Hell yeah. Okay. Terrorism? Or something else? Yeah, okay. But who made the explosion then? The insurgents or the force? Alright, these guys are still here. I was gonna say I thought I saw them. No, I'm gonna chase after woman. Which is Ryu and I forgot her name. I want to say like maybe the K or something. Anyway. It'll come up again. Okay. Infiltrating, are they? Or running away? Clown, fuck you. Yo, that looked so sick. The lighting there. And you're still chasing it down. Kaneda. Tetsuo. Alright, be a hero. Be a hero. There he is. Yeah, that was sick. Oh, cool. It's like one of those, yeah. Okay, she got him. Also, I love the colors on him once he was in the water. She fucking blew his face off. Alright. Holy fuck. Is he like bubbling in the... Anyway. Alright, we're back with our good friend Tetsuo. Okay. Foster care? Is this his life? Alright, childhood friend, probably with Canada, you'd think. And now it's turning into a bit of a hallucination. Of everything crumbling around him. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is a standout sequence. That was fucking awesome. Only on the shadows. Okay, where are we now? You wearing lipstick, dog? Okay, no, that's not dog. Okay. It's someone else. What kind of dream? Okay, the shadow motif from earlier. Now, what is an Akira? Soon. Hello, Kyoko. Probably alluding to Tetsuo. Gotcha. Number 25 and number 27. I just think I am very direct. Okay. I think if I was in this city, I'd get out. I think I'm gonna, like, leave Neo Tokyo. I think shit's gonna hit the fan. Alright, me and the boys. Oh, that's cool. I love these elevators. The ones that go, like, diagonal. Hell yeah. Well, I don't know what they are. Yeah, what was the explosion? Okay, interesting. Pretty classic dichotomy between the science guy and the military guy. Bunch of romantics. I would imagine cold. Yes, sir. Alright, what are we doing here? Okay, that's at least below freezing. That's some freaking science babble, and that says Akira on it. Okay. But what is it? She's not listening, little bro. This guy's obsessed with tea. It's almost like he turns into a different guy around women. Well, this particular girl, maybe. That's the guy, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is K. He saved me. What are you doing, bro? I had the key on me. She's not interested, bro. Gotcha. So now they're going to be after Tetsuo as well. He's persistent. Yeah, who are you talking about? He's my friend. He's lucky he got away with this. Yeah, I feel like there's some kind of revolution on the horizon that may involve leveling the fucking city. Interesting. Yeah, some religious reverence around Akira. Yeah, shit is hitting the fan. It's not safe out there. We were talking about a rat earlier as well. Who has all the money then? Oh, the Olympics. Okay. Yeah, no one cares about welfare. Seems like a very productive room. Okay, I'm getting a little bit more context here. Why would he want that? Hmm. Feel like this is spelling disaster. You're the only one that wants to contain anything. Not the Supreme Executive Council. And that same statue again, too. Indeed. Dystopian, true. Damn. It's like me sleeping lately. Whoa, he's cool. So he's a Jedi? Yeah, because we saw that wave pattern which kind of synced up with Akira, as we said. Oh, very surprised that didn't shatter. It's a metaphor. Gotcha. That's almost like ascending away from his old self to a new self, casting those things aside. That was very cool. You're going to retire next week? Oh, no. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's go team. Really underrated thing. I think the costuming in this movie's been fucking really good. Just, again, a character design thing, but like. Thoughts? What do you hear? Okay, don't. I had a million things I was gonna say, but not that. Is that music or is that sound in the scene? Because I think he might be fucking losing it. Cool. Yo, this scene's cool. Is it actually happening? Thoughts? It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Yo, this is a fucking amazing scene. It's the car. Yo, terrifying. It just squirted a mysterious white liquid all over him, and the ground became water or milk. There's a cup coming back to her. I feel like that sound was already in the movie somewhere. I'm sure it was. Okay. What? Huh? What do you mean? Okay. Say they were fucking with him? What's happening? They're in his head, bro. He's got really ugly feet. Yeah. But how? Oh, okay. You're seeing a route, I think. Well, look at the vein. Yeah, he's fucked up. Oh, it's okay. I know this scene too. I wouldn't fuck with him right now. That'll do it. And this one's definitely happening. This is a fucking giga hospital. Yeah, I was gonna say, are you guys breaking into the same facility? Guess that'll be awkward. Yeah, but we're on a secret mission. Bro, Canada's kind of annoying. Now it really stinks, I reckon. Can't have a can of ginger ale. Oh, don't have a can of that. Is that a maggoty rat? Oh, well, that was all for naught. I'm gonna say Shimazaki's dead. Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Hit the shot. Okay, that's fucking gross too. Well, now he's communicated. That's pretty bad. He's called it out. Hit make the shot. That's all we need. We got him? I don't know. It didn't look like we hit anything, but we must have. There's another one. It's time for you to do something heroic. Okay, he fucking ate. Let's go. You could almost hop in that now. Thoughts? It's almost like a motorbike. Oh, because the water came up and knocked him off balance? What was that? The music's kick-ass too. I should have mentioned, I tried to look up the music, but it just had like a million different names. So, like, weird. Yeah, it's like a sky motorbike. Okay, so there's two incidents going on right now. He's headed for the baby room? Oh my god. I don't think you're going to be able to beat him, guys. He's ascended. He's also going to bring the city to the ground, probably. Oh, he's so cool. Yeah, he's got like psychic powers now. You guys are fucked. I love that. You can actually see their eyes like scared through the masks. And that's the A room, yeah. He did well. This is the baby room. Thoughts? Oh shit, it's like the same bear and stuff from earlier too. Bit of Snow White there, thought I saw. Yeah, it's FNAF. Hell yeah. Here you are, Freddy Fazbear. And where's Bonnie? We just wanted to play. We're having psychic power battles. We don't like the Trump kid in the car. We don't like that guy. No, keep the bandage. It looked cool. It's just because the power's awakened recently. That's why. Huh? Yo! What? Really? Really? Did I get baited? Child murderer Tetsuo. Of course it was. Yo. That looks sick. Like with almost no visual component, you can still see it. What do you think? Of course you can't. That's 25. True. I think we knew that. Some kind of Akira type situation? Who's being kept on ice, right? Alright, where's Canada? Because obviously there's going to be some kind of confrontation there. Here they are. You guys could probably get off the vehicle now. They go to the babby room. What a hero. So 25 was, or Kyoko, like telling her to go here, right? Is that how that worked? No, 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 you don't understand. Remember the scene earlier? I hate you coming to save me. That was the whole motivation. But now I'm more powerful. He's gonna masculine ego it. Exactly. See, I would pay attention. That was Kane. Told you he was gonna ego it. So why did you bring him here then? Oh shit, really? He's doing it? Wahahaha. These guys are just all buds. Masaru. Yeah. My beautiful babies. We don't know. He certainly has. Are we going to talk about the psychic messages in your head and what they were meant to accomplish? What? Was she sending her to save them, but then that weirdly coincided with the Kaneda thing and Tetsuo thing? Maybe. Alright. Hello, sir. Yeah, he's going to take your power away from you, bud. Yeah. Holy fuck. Yes, sir. Capitalists. Caring about the Olympics, right? Like, there's literally this impending, like, tech future disaster that is happening right now. Maybe this guy's kind of based. I don't know. Adults only. Harukiya? Oh, it's the bar, of course. Yeah, he's egoing it because he wasn't allowed in the bar earlier or something. What does he mean by capsules? There was a pill on the back of his famous jacket. Kinda does. Oh, they're gonna find him. That's coincidental. I hope nothing bad's happened inside. Whoops. Got any thoughts? Are you even alive? Yeah. Bro's power tripping like crazy. Yeah, I know I killed him. Nice fun. It's too fast for you, bro. Hell yeah. The music's cool. Uh, my man's off the juice. Gonna give us some exposition? Absolute energy. Well, that seems like the thing that happened in 88. What do you mean? I don't know. Points of evolution? Interesting. So, like, it almost sparks evolution. No, shut up. No, she's explaining important stuff. Interesting. That power's too much. Like, the power's too much. Tetsuo, the bike's too much for you. This power is beyond human comprehension, brother. The connection between Kyoko and Kei is very interesting, too. Wait. It's not like that. No. What do you mean, us? Cool. And then you used your powers to get her out of the cell, right? Why are we using her specifically, though? Okay. Who's in the tank? This guy's just trying to deliver mail or something. I probably should have had something to eat before starting the movie. Thoughts? Yeah, still got a good 40 minutes left. Okay. Then he sent him. I know, the flashback said as such. What does that mean? But why? Because the bike dies along with him? What? Oh, hello, my boy. No, he means you no harm. Didn't you see him the other night as well? Is she walking on water? Yes. Bye-bye now. Kay seems important. Okay. It's Kyoko. He's made his choice to be pretty destructive. Nakama? He's our companion. I don't really get the motivation of these young children. Yeah, shit is hitting the fan. Everyone loves pills in this too. All my cash and diplomas. No, too much. No, your greed. Your greed, it's stopping you. They kill themselves? What the fuck? What's up? Yeah, but what was your plan? This shit's gonna go crazy on the plot synopsis. Maybe it all comes together in the end. I don't know. That shut everyone up. Is this our boy? Yeah, there he is. I just saw that shot. He's almost got like Saiyan hair too. Yeah, he's cool. Hell yeah. He's a wizard. That's Doctor Strange. Die. I don't think he's killable, chat. Oh, yeah, the religious stuff's coming through now. Now die! He's a manifestation of Akira. Sure. The religious stuff's very interesting. It's just good sci-fi. It gets you thinking, right? Alright, I don't think Mr. Nezu is long for this world. Why are you still here? No, my diplomas. I think he's gonna die, chat. Okay, so my view is that he's like a hyper capitalist that wanted them to like take the power for himself or something. And he paid them to do it or something. Or was co-opting their uprising. Because they had some rebellion ideas to them, I thought. Either way, it's all for naught now. Yeah, what does Kaori think about this? That's my boy. Yeah, that's the right reaction. I can't help but feel like there is some giant fucking explosion coming. Is that your bike? Yes. Well, he is after that bike. We know that much. He does. I don't want more of the gang to die, man. Okay, bye. This is amazing. Holy fuck. Yeah, see, he may be invincible, but my subjects are not. Murder the citizens. Sucks to be them. It really sucks to be them. Yeah, save that guy. He's cool. Yeah, where's he going? What does that mean? Yeah, he's getting close, but I'm wondering if he's still after this bike. Or maybe he knows that the bike is coming to him anyway. There he is. Yeah, that's Superman, bro. No, you've been misinformed. That is the subject. Yeah. Look at that determination. Love the character design stuff on him too. Alright, hello science man. Yeah, see there's two lines here, they're almost intersecting. I love like Akira isn't a singular thing. It also exists within ourselves, but it also kind of is a singular thing that we're going to get. I think that's very interesting, along with the religion stuff. He's so cool. Oh, we're here. Why are you here? Yeah, hello, Kay. You almost seem different. Well, you're just another person telling me no. So you're almost a vessel for them now, are you? Just follow the destruction. That seems like a good strategy. I think they're fighting down there. It's almost like a tentacle. It is, okay. But what is this the result of? That's almost like the Akira thing is a move by itself? Nah, you're being a cool guy on top of it. Can we talk about how amazingly well animated it is? Or. Yeah, that's a shot and a half, too. Teleports behind you? Yo, teleports behind you. Oh, fuck that stadium. That seems like we let it out. Okay. Tetsuo? How you doing, bud? You good? Oh, soft drink. It's a can of Solo. Yo. What's a soul? Alright. But he isn't. He's been communicating with me. Because the brainstem still exists, right? No, he's evil laughing. He's got you right where he wants us. You gonna do anything, Kaneda, or You're just gonna ride your bike. Oh, look at everyone. They're like making the pilgrimage in. Or they're making their way away. No. Yeah, okay. Some are making their way away. Some are going closer, I reckon. Oh, it's the sound. Yo, the sound cue. I don't know. What is it? What is he carrying? Stop trolling him. Okay. Oh my god. What are you trying to do, bro? To call him a five head? That seems bad. And the shattering glass motif we've seen as well. Thoughts? I don't think we should break any of these things open. Where did he get gunned to? Anyway. I guess there is good reason for Kaneda to not like Tetsuo at this moment, considering the whole K thing and the everything, really. What are you looking at? Oh, hello. Are you still being, like, possessed, or...? You made him bleed. That's a good start. The smoke's so cool, too. I killed my friend, hell yeah. It went through you. I agree, he's kind of cheating. Yeah, ego it. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Oh, that's the soul. Satellite something laser, maybe? Electrical infeterance? Yes, okay. Satellite laser. If Tetsuo's still alive, we can't kill him. He's unkillable. Oh, Dunlop. Dunlop pulled up with the bag. Got an arm? Can you grow back an arm? Hit him again. No, why? Well, who protected Kaneda? Oh, dude. Yo, okay, this movie's cool as shit. There's like a million things I wanted to talk about there. Like, even in this moment, Tetsuo's still not being enough. Getting hit by this laser while Kaneda, for some reason, is protected. Probably by the children or something, right? Yeah, now you're going to want to go to space and destroy it, right? It was a tracking system error? That's funny. I think you just destroyed your satellite. Oh no, he aimed your satellite. He keeps aiming your satellite. Oh no. You gave him a bigger gun. You gave him a bigger laser too. Yo. Whoever this... I forget this guy's name. He's kind of based. Are the children still protecting them? Thoughts? No, that's the satellite itself being brought to orbit. Gotcha. Remember that part with the milk? What was that about? Like the car milk? Is this the destruction we were talking about? My man's just chilling, checking the waveforms. I love the eyes there. Subarashi. Cyber arm. Okay. What is your plan, young children? No. You're getting romantic about it and not realizing what's happening. We never could have trusted this bloke. No, the science doesn't matter. On the one hand, the Colonel just wants to keep the world safe, but the world also sucks. So... I think you've literally doomed at least the city, if not greater. Never should have trusted the evil scientist. What are we doing? We're just kind of vibing now. I still want to learn more about Kay and what was going on there. I'm guessing, yeah, again, she was just being possessed by the children. Oh, Kaori? Really? Yo. This is gonna be an insane scene. Olympics chair? Akira body parts? What's going on, Mr. Tetsuo? How's your robo arm doing? Yeah, cool. I'm gonna kill him myself. That looks pretty Terminator to me. I just saw a spark on your head. You sure? Yeah, I think shit's starting to go real bad. Did he get painkillers from the bartender guy? Maybe. I think bullet in the head's a pretty good idea. Yeah. Remember all your organs coming out earlier? Cool. That's not disgusting at all. Oh, what a hero. He's still here to just ego you. He really needs some painkillers, guys. Hello, child. Alright. What's going on? Alright, we're keeping Tetsuo busy. The kids need to do what they need to do then. Yeah. Oh, he's buff. A little bit too buff. Oh, not the help me. Is that like a last line? I think so. Alright. Kaori. Thoughts? So this is like almost his like form like the kids, right? Remember how they were like the bears or whatever? Now he's Babby. He's technology baby. Nah, I think you're done for. I think you might be done for too, if I'm honest. So did Tetsuo win, I guess? Probably, yeah. She's trapped in the meat sphincter. Yeah, she just got Nah, she's more than dying. I think she's gone, bro. I don't think he can. I think he's lost control. Pop him like a pimple. Oh, we're so back? That's very creative. And horrifying, but... Kids, thoughts? Alright, Doc. I think that demonstrates, like, Tetsuo and Akira won now. If that wasn't already abundantly clear. Ooh, the teeth? That Akira just broke? Yeah, Akira just broke. And there's our smashing glass motif. We're happy? Hello? Oh, it's Shinji. And now Akira's doing Akira stuff. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Yeah, that looks like another 1988 coming towards us. Interesting. It's almost like the explosion, the Akira-esque explosion is stopping. Oh my god, is stopping this other thing, which is Tetsuo plus Akira, right? Alright. I think Kanada's done for. I'm gonna be real. It's not his fault, but you know, he's still protagonisting out. Alright, now what? Which boy? It's not slowing down, guys. I would run. Oh, that's kind of cool. We're driving that big motorbike in the sky. It was fun, even if I had a bit of an ego about it. Yeah, I thought he was abandoned. Maybe you were too. Bit of bullying. Yeah, everyone's becoming one. But I'm also being reversed out. Cool. Bus. Music here is really cool too. Oh, you guys. And that's Akira, right? Whoa. Yeah. Memories. Fusing. Yeah. Oh, cool. Mech. Yeah, it's crazy how you're back. That's crazy. Alright, we are leveling the city. Yeah. Okay, that looks a lot like many years ago. Solid blue line. What? The Big Bang? Alright. Sucks to be that doctor. Trillions dead. The organ's a great touch, too. Yeah, I mean, movie continues to look fantastic, by the way. It became but a speck. Alright. Okay. Bike still made it. Saved! I wondered what he was talking about. The shadows. The spotlight's almost like the laser as well. The breaks through the clouds. Bike still made it. It's still roadworthy. Okay. That looks like an eye. Damn. I don't know what happened to Tetsuo. Seems like he ascended in some way, whether that's to godhood or whatever a new universe means or whatever the hell. Um, it's a lot. I think taking a step back out of the plot realm for a second, obviously looks amazing. It's packed full of symbolism. I love the themes we're going for. I love the ideas we're bringing up. All that kind of stuff. That's fantastic. Um, just again aesthetically, like music, sound, visuals, animation, symbolism, everything there's awesome. This kind of like starting in almost like a rote cyberpunky setting. There's a lot of political unrest and that kind of thing, and then taking it in different directions. I mean, it's this like cyber religious flesh Borg kind of thing, which came into nowhere for me. I didn't really expect to see that kind of stuff. Again, I think there's lots hidden. There has to be something in like Akira calling out to Tetsuo specifically, and then Tetsuo's powers, and then kind of like his flesh baby being similar to the kind of like the toys that the kids had. Obviously, there's this ego aspect to it, right? Where like Tetsuo is always that like one step better than him every single way, always needing to save him, and he's got a chip on his shoulder about that, and that kind of propels a lot of his actions. Where he's kind of like you see in the movie Chronicle, he's kind of doing the Chronicle thing, where he's power tripping. But then yeah, towards the probably last 20 or so minutes, it just goes off the rails. But like in a good way. I just don't really get it right this second. I'm kind of dying for that for a couple plot synopsises or that kind of thing. Um, but good. It was good. I think we struggle with a central character to hold on to. I don't really like Kaneda. I don't know if you noticed. He's fine. He's cool. He's a bit childish, which I guess tracks. We don't really dive into much as him as a person, I don't think. Do I really even still understand what was going on with Kay? Was she just getting possessed / communicated with by the children? Maybe. Did the children become that way, like in the face and the wrinkles and that, because of drugs? I think that was an implication from one of the lines. A lot of different people involved trying to play God in a way. Like even that military branch trying to like keep the kids safe in this like baby room, right? And then, like keeping them infantized, not letting them evolve, not letting them grow up. There's something in that too. And then Tetsuo breaking through that mold, but still ultimately being a baby anyway. This song's great too. I love the Tetsuo Kaneda song. Is that it? I think that may be close to it. Yeah, another 10 seconds or so. Alright. Thank you everyone involved. That was cool. Very cool. I don't know if I'll return back today, or or a little bit later on, or at some point to have another look at Akira. But it's a lot. It's a lot. But at least I've watched it now. That's one step on the journey. I'll be back very shortly on your end, maybe longer on mine. And yeah, that was Akira. I just finished watching the movie Akira. And I'm a little bit lost, and we'll start off with full disclosure. I've already kind of recorded this segment once, so I mean, I've kind of figured some stuff out, but I'm going to basically go through the same stuff again. I think that's probably for the best, just to make sure that we're not, it doesn't look like I've read a bunch of Reddit shit, because I haven't. I don't do that. I like to, present my own thoughts and that kind of thing. I've also put on my Evangelion shirt because I thought it was kind of relevant, because I think there's a lot of crossover here in that, hey, maybe you're not supposed to fully get it the first time through and all that kind of stuff, as well as the broad sci-fi, even slightly body horror-y stuff. Horror is the wrong word, but you know what I mean, like the cyborg stuff. But yeah, this is my format. I've got the movie down here, so I can go like, oh yeah, I want to see, I don't know, to the baby room scene, and then I go here, where we're in the baby room, or maybe invasion. Yeah, this is a good scene. I liked this one. I don't know about the milk though. That was a little bit weird. So yeah, I can, instead of going back through everything, I can jump to certain points. It really helps that I have chapters here too, so I can really look for stuff. What is frozen capsule? Sure, is that one where... Yeah, he finds what's inside and it's a bunch of body parts. Yeah, cool. And then we go. Now we've centered that up a bit better. Okay, yeah, sorry. This is a bit ramshackle. We're going to jump into my notes, which are up the top here. They're going to be the basis for my discussion and that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, we're going to start with a hard plot synopsis thing, because I think it was a lot. I think that's valid. I think that's the correct interpretation going into this, is that thinking this is a lot, so maybe pursuing a plot synopsis to give us some grounding, to give us a little bit of a baseline to jump off of. It's not exactly a bad thing. I think Wikipedia will do the job, so I'll just bring it up now. Now, this is a little bit fraught because I ran into some trouble last time with Wikipedia, because it didn't exactly give me a perfect view of Perfect Blue, if that makes any sense. It was a little bit... ramshackle's the wrong word, but not quite as robust as you would want it to be. I think this one's a little bit more robust. And again, we're just going to read it verbatim, so here we go. In 2019, following a world war triggered by the sudden destruction of Tokyo, in 1988, Neo-Tokyo is plagued by corruption, anti-government protests, terrorism, and gang violence. During a violent rally, the hot-headed Shotaro Kaneda leads his vigilante Bosozoku gang, the Capsules, against the rival clown gang. I remember the clown gang, that's true. This is all tracks so far. Kaneda's best friend, Tetsuo Shima, inadvertently crashes his motorcycle into Takashi, an Esper who escaped from a government laboratory with the aid of a resistance force associated with the fellow Esper Masaru, an Esper who escaped from a government laboratory with the aid of the Resistance Organization. Assisted by fellow Esper Masaru, Colonel Shikishima recaptures Takashi, has Tetsuo hospitalized, and arrests the capsules. While being interrogated by the police, Kaneda meets Kei, an activist with the resistance movement, and tricks the authorities into releasing her with his gang. This also tracks. I don't know about... He didn't have him hospitalized, he crashed, so, I mean... Hospitalized can mean two different things, sure. I'll give you that with Wikipedia. The other one that's a bit weird is, okay, so we're just outright saying that she's with the resistance movement, which I guess you can infer through a lot of stuff, but, like, what are they actually trying to do? Who are they working for? Those are questions that I still don't have answers based on this synopsis, so I don't know. I'm thinking that stinks of stuff that's probably better explored in the manga, I'm gonna say. Either way, at a secret government facility, Shikishima and his head of research, Dr. Onishi, discover that Tetsuo possesses powerful psychic abilities similar to Akira, the Esper responsible for Tokyo's 1988 destruction. Pause. I wanted to talk about this as well. There's a little bit of scuttlebutt around about people that have only watched the movie about what causes the 1988 destruction. Some people say that that Japan nuked itself essentially, and there's nuke symbolism in the movie that I'll go into. I don't think they nuked themselves. I think that was Akira doing his Akira move and ascending. Sure, we'll say that. I don't think Japan would nuke themselves over some Esper kids because they feared them. I don't think that makes much sense to me. Either way, Esper Kyoko forewarns Shikishima of Neo-Tokyo's impending destruction, but the city's parliament dismisses Shikishima's concerns, leading him to consider killing Tetsuo to prevent another cataclysm. Meanwhile, Tetsuo escapes from the hospital, steals Kaneda's motorcycle, and tries to flee Neo-Tokyo with his girlfriend Kaori, but the clowns ambush them. The capsules rescue Tetsuo and Kaori, and Tetsuo suffers intense headaches and hallucinations and is re-hospitalized. This also tracks, I think. Hang on, can you guys read all of that? Now you can. Okay, apologies. As we'll talk about later, Kaneda's motorcycle important, very important to the movie. And kind of Kaori, very important to the movie as well. In that way, it feels less meandering than it did in the moment. This felt like it was kind of like a little bit of repetition. It's like, okay, he escaped the institution only to be put back in the institution again. That's a little bit hard to recognize. I guess there is learnings to be had there. We learn a little bit of Tetsuo motivation, and we first see the Akira hallucinations. That's the plot, I guess, utility of doing that. Okay. We skip a little bit here because overhearing their plan to rescue Tetsuo and the other Espers, Kaneda joins Kei's resistance cell. So I guess the resistance cell is trying to free the Espers as well as Tetsuo in the process. We're missing a part in here where Kaneda saves Kei's life essentially and fucking shoots the fuck out of some guy, or she shoots the fuck out of some guy. I remember that his face kind of like melts. So yeah, that is an important component as well, because there is no other reason at this point why Kei would want to even include Kaneda even a little bit. And then, okay, saving my life as well as being associated with Tetsuo, that's a good reason to bring you along. Now we'll bring you along. That's, yeah, important motivation setup stuff. At the hospital, the Espers try killing Tetsuo via hallucinations, but their attempt is thwarted. Pause. I thought this was all in his head in the moment. I thought that this was something a little bit more psychic than it was, but no, as we learn later on, these are very real. The kind of constructions they make, the teddy bear, the car, the rabbit, and we see Tetsuo's transformation in a similar way towards the end. Yeah, I thought these were hallucinations, but no, they're quite real, and they're meant to fuck with him, and they were trying to kill him because they see him as a danger. I see the Espers in the movie, the trio of children. They're almost like they've been muzzled, right? Akira did Akira things, and now these guys have been drugged for years and years and years to stay young and not progress and not evolve, right? And Tetsuo, he's at a different stage in his life. He's also a teenager, which makes it a lot harder to contain him in that similar way. Even though somebody would want to. They want to contain Akira. They want to contain that feeling. That's very interesting. Okay, cool. We're we're coming out on top here. We're finding something. Either way, a frustrated Tetsuo searches for them, killing any orderlies and militiamen blocking his path. The resistance group infiltrates the hospital, and Kyoko draws Kei and Kaneda into Shikishima and the Esper's futile attempts to stop Tetsuo. Kyoko tells Tetsuo that Akira, located in the cryonic storage beneath the Olympic Stadium's construction site, could help Tetsuo with his powers. After rejecting everyone around him, especially Kaneda, Tetsuo flees the hospital to hunt for Akira. So then what is Kyoko's motivation here, is my question. What is she trying to do? Again, is she bound by some kind of fate? She does have some kind of power that lets her see into the future, right? Or at least premonitions, that kind of thing. So I do not know. Because is your motivation associated with the military? They've kind of been oppressing you. Are you trying to get him to see Akira to help with the powers and not foresee everything else that happens? I think that's also possible too. Either way, now we're moving towards the climax a little bit more, using Kei as a medium to stop Tetsuo. Kyoko breaks her and Kaneda out of military custody. Shikishima stages a coup against the Neo-Tokyo government and directs its military forces to destroy Tetsuo at all costs. At the capsule's former hangout, Harukiya Bar, Tetsuo confronts gangmates Yamagata and Kai over... Is there a K and a Kai? Oh shit. I never noticed. Okay, sure. Over Kaneda's bike, kills Yamagata in his protest. Kei relays the news to Kaneda, who vows to avenge his friend, while Takashi brings Kei away. Oh yeah, I remember. They were like near the water and she was walking on water. I remember that. Yeah, the Kei stuff's weird. I read down here a little bit further that she gets psychic powers at the end, and I'm like, what? Huh? I don't remember that. This is also Kaneda's motivation to pursue Tetsuo with a violent manner, right? He killed his mate, right? As well as the bar guy. I don't know if he liked the bar guy, but he killed his mate. So that's a good reason to want to get some revenge, or at least fight it out, I guess. Mistaken for Akira by cultists, Tetsuo rampages through Neo-Tokyo, arriving at Akira's cryonic storage Dewa. I don't know what the hell that is. Under the stadium. Kei fights Tetsuo, but he defeats her and exhumes Akira, only to find the remains of sealed jars for scientific research. Kaneda fights Tetsuo with a laser rifle, and Shikishima fires an orbital weapon at him. While the latter destroys his arm, neither is able to stop him. Shikishima and Kaori approach the stadium, where Tetsuo, now with a robotic arm, is in great pain and losing control over his powers. Now, this is the painkiller part where the painkillers that he took from the bar are wearing off. I think that's what's happening here. Kaori tries restraining Tetsuo while Shikishima unsuccessfully offers to heal his injuries and help control his abilities. Kaneda again fights Tetsuo, who, weakened from the missing arm, mutates into a gigantic mass of flesh, engulfing Kaneda and killing Kaori. Specifically these two characters, which we may talk about as well. These two characters that are probably most closely associated with him. Is he struggling at this moment? Is he still reaching for help at this time? Interesting stuff. The Espers revive Akira to stop the growing mass, because I'm thinking the growing mass isn't going to stop growing, so we need Akira to essentially revive and do another Akira bomb on him. Reuniting with his friends, Akira creates a singularity, drawing Tetsuo and Kaneda into another dimension. The Espers teleport Shikishima to a safe distance as the singularity destroys Neo-Tokyo in a mirror of Tokyo's previous destruction, and they agree to rescue Kaneda, knowing they will not be able to return to this dimension as a result. Another weird one. Why do they care about Kaneda? I mean, he didn't do anything wrong, kind of, but why does Kaneda live? Why did they sacrifice themselves for Kaneda? Or do they want to also progress to this next plane, whatever that may be? Don't know. In the singularity, Kaneda experiences Tetsuo and the Esper's childhoods, including his and Tetsuo's friendship and the Esper's psychic training before Tokyo's destruction. The Espers return Kaneda to Neo-Tokyo, informing him that Akira will take Tetsuo to safely and that Kei is developing psychic powers. I do not remember this, but it is interesting that, again, we see Akira and the gang training before the Tokyo destruction, again implying that Akira's bomb thing was, again, new universe. That wasn't an atomic bomb being dropped on Japan, or Japan dropping it on themselves. Onishi witnesses the birth of a new universe, but is killed in his lab's destruction. Thank God that guy was very annoying. After consuming most of Neo Tokyo, the singularity disappears and the water floods the crater left behind in its place. Mourning Tetsuo's lost, Kaneda discovers that Kei and Kai have survived, and they ride off into the ruins while Shikishima watches the sunrise. On an unspecified plane of reality, Tetsuo introduces himself and triggers the creation of a universe finally transcending the limitations of human existence. This is a really well done scene because it's almost like they're talking to us. They've like almost transitioned out of fiction in that way, right? It's breaking the fourth wall in the first way the movie has. They're talking. Who else would they directly be talking to? It is also Tetsuo continuing to assert himself. He has not been consumed. He is still one in this new universe, whatever that may be. He still is himself. He still holds on to some vestige of that. Which are important things to clarify for what comes next. Cool, so that's great. We have somewhat of a baseline now off of Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. It seemed mostly pretty good. It missed out on a couple of things, I think. And again, it's a big story. We'll talk about some issues with that later. But yeah, again, baseline. Now we have a reminder of what just happened. We can even go back and see, like, look at this, and then the light, and then the I am Tetsuo or whatever the hell. Very cool. Look at this guy, he's a badass. Anyway, what did it all mean? And this part goes on for quite a bit. So bear with me, because this will be the bulk of the discussion. What did it all mean? What was the point of what I just saw? What is the point of the story? Let's dive in. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things that I want to talk about that could be allegorical, could be ideas-based, could have some evidence backing them up on what I think this movie is trying to accomplish. 1. Allegory about post-war Japan and the power growing in Tetsuo, right? I had a comma there because I was going to write something else, but I decided against it, so I'll just talk about it anyway. So, post-war Japan, what is the most clear piece of iconography that tips us off on this? It is the atomic bomb-esque Akira explosion, right? We've basically sci-fied a nuke. It's a sci-fi version of a nuke, right? And what did this nuke do? It destroyed most of Tokyo, right? To the point where we're naming it Neo Tokyo, New Tokyo. It's not the first anime to rename Tokyo. But anyway, actually Akira was first, now that I think about it. What a stupid thing to say. Anyway, my point being, we've now grown past that. It's now 2019. We're in the far future. I know it's a little bit weird, but we're in the far future. It's Cyberpunkville. It's been a technological explosion, right, from this event. So almost in this destruction, in this taking back of Tokyo to a like pretty base level, we've leveled it, and that is when evolution starts again. That's when we can actually like grow and grow and grow and grow. I'm thinking about this like Tetsuo, right? He loses an arm, but in the process finds out that he has this ability to become flesh baby. So, I mean, not exactly analogous, but you can see what I'm kind of saying. Like post-war Japan, let's talk about history, right? Like Japan and the reliance on technology and technological industries to grow in that space post the World War, especially in 1980 when this manga started. That's a Japanese explosion, right, in a ton of different areas, and honestly set the baseline for Tokyo and Japan as a result being like a big technological power here today, right? One of the biggest cities in the world, one of the most technologically advanced cities in the world. So yeah, makes sense to me, I think. What does this then say? Does it say that like we have this technology but we don't understand how to use it? Are we infantile in the same way that Tetsuo was infantile, right? Pursuing petty like personal quabbles and that kind of thing about the bike and the Kaori and the everything else, and going back to the bar and showing them who's right instead of focusing on an Akira type mindset, which is a little bit more broad and a little bit more utilitarian, a little bit purer. Maybe. Again, I'm stepping on eggshells a little bit. I don't want to insult anybody, but like I can kind of see it. I can see it a little bit, right? Like this inferiority complex that still exists within Tetsuo, even though they have progressed past. Like Kaneda, like representing the rest of the world or something in that metaphor. I can see it. I could see it. It's a valid interpretation, I believe. Like starting from where we like first kind of see Tetsuo right on the bike, being a little bit of a shitter, and not really doing much. Yeah, there he is. Look at that. Like, still fawning over the bike, right? When in reality, we're moving towards here where he's like bigger and better than everybody else. Like, he's literally standing as a superhero here as we head towards the Olympic Stadium there, right? Like, there we go. The cape around thing, surrounded by all this stuff, clearly better than everybody else. Why you still care about Canada, bro? In that similar way, we're talking about the, I guess, idea of Icarus and the I guess, learning of that story, which I guess is very simplifying it into the one line, Icarus flew too close to the sun. In that similar way, did Tetsuo fly too close to the sun? He's on top of the world here, right? Like, or even back here where he's going to run away. Yeah, Clown's Revenge, right? Where they, do the thing with Kaori, which isn't great. Like, he could have just run away here, but there's some form of ego, some not being able to control the bike, some, like, clown beef that is holding him back, right? In this way, he could have had a happy ending, whatever that means in this world, by just riding away here at this moment. Like, he didn't have to take his bike as well. He could have taken his own bike and probably been safer and been more familiar with it and been able to ride away faster. In a very similar way, again, he's on top of the world in this moment, essentially, right? He's almost got no one to fear. But he's lost this arm. He decides to infuse with technology. He's... he doesn't know what he's doing. He's out of his depth. And as a result, he becomes Flesh Baby or Flesh Monster. And I'm seeing this as similar to the Akira explosion. I think this flesh thing is just going to expand and expand and expand until it can't anymore. It's lucky that Akira did what Akira did and took him out, basically. Like, this is the moment, this is the hubris coming to the fore and all that other stuff, right? Did he know exactly what he was doing this entire time? Or was he just doing what the hallucinations in his head told him to do and all that other stuff? Probably. Like, he was just following orders. Even though he had the most power in the world, he was still subservient to this desire within him to get to Akira, whatever that meant. Here we're also going to talk about the glass shattering motif, the glass shattering on the kind of glass that he slips on during the hospital scene and piercing his foot, right? Showing that he can still bleed, showing that there is danger in shattering this glass, this barrier, this thing that's holding you back, as well as the kind of jars that house Akira, right? Glass shattering there, glass shattering everywhere. This is like your final step. This is how you've cemented your doom, almost. Doom. You know what I mean. Again, there's various examples throughout the movie. I kind of called them out during the reaction, so we don't have to go through all of them again here, but you get what I'm saying. There is a barrier. The barrier has been broken. It is irrevocable. It is irreversible. Something has changed. You cannot go back. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking the glass is about. Switching tact almost entirely, is this a story about the power of the One? Taking a more charitable view towards Tetsuo, right? And I think we're going to see... just a bit before that. Where's all the revolutionary stuff? Okay, we're in prison there. This is where he goes back to the bar. No, a little bit back over here. Yeah, a bit more here. Like early here and a little bit later. Yeah, where he's kind of leading this force. He's been like a badass. Like, okay, let's talk about the setting here. It's a cyberpunk setting that comes with a lot of baggage, right? It's generally about capitalism, generally, but it can be broader than that, about the dangers of hyper-capitalism and everything else in between. I'm thinking Cyberpunk 2077 does a lot of that. I'm thinking that Blade Runner, it does a little bit of that in the background as well, even though it's a little bit more about transhumanism. Kind of like this. I think Akira isn't a story in so much about capitalism and the capitalist structures of cyberpunk settings as more as it uses it as a backdrop, as a character motivation, as that kind of stuff. But essentially, the people are tired. There's protests everywhere. There's terrorism. Like, there's demonstrations on the street. They're looking for somebody to save them. It could be Akira, who leveled the city once. These monolith structures that tower over us, do we want to level them and start again? Is there some true, almost red revolution here coming? Maybe. There's something to be said for that, especially this existing in the 80s. You can't discount the usage of red in Akira. Think about it. We'll talk about the scene in the prison as well, right? Where's the... in prison. Like, essentially, this is Kyoko talking through Kei around how the power of Akira and what that represents is technically within everybody. It just gets kind of blunted off by the end, right? Like, do we have the power to be similar to Tetsuo, right? When he's marching on the thing and being a fucking badass, right? Do everybody else have this singular power? Is that what's inspiring about following Tetsuo in this moment? Again, standing out in front of this crowd, a symbol of revolutionary imagery, like charging on the establishment, on the military, right? You can't help but think of many times throughout history where this has happened. But we'll also talk about the amoeba analogy here, right? Like, everybody has this individual power within them, right? Everybody has this power of Akira within them. But are we still going to maintain our humanity through that? Because if you give the power of Akira, a power of a god, to an amoeba, they're only going to consume everything around them, right? And what does Tetsuo end up doing? Essentially consuming everybody around him, or was going to until Akira intervened. Again, my interpretation. So did Tetsuo lose his humanity somewhere in there? And again, I'll talk about it. First two people he grabs, Kaneda and Kaori, the two people that are probably closest to him. It is in this final moment, still a call for help. And linking back into the Icarus story. Flying too close to the sun, maybe representing a lot of these revolutionary ideas, but still getting bogged down in the minutiae. He still cares about that bike. Never forget that. This bike being the symbol of something that ties Tetsuo to his old self, that ties Tetsuo to the systems, to the structures that are oppressing him, right? Like, he likes bikes because he's a fuck up. And he's a fuck up because of the system, because of his father that put him into foster care and all this other shit, right? Like, he still grabs onto that. He can't progress past that. He's still holding onto that human edge, and in doing so, he's becoming less human and becoming like this amoeba analogy as we talk about in the prison cell. Again, I'm sure somebody could eloquate that a little bit better than I did because I'm not particularly eloquent. But again, I've only seen the movie once. Moving on, is this a story about politics? Revolution, a symbol of Akira to tear down the systems that currently oppress everyone? The most notable example I have of this is the government, right? So we have like fucking 10 guys sitting in a round room. Let me just bring up the scene. It's here somewhere. Yeah. We have like a bunch of fucking blowhards sitting in this room fighting like toddlers, like not listening to the military guy's advice, which is probably still pretty bad, but it's better than what they're doing, which is nothing. Like, they're more concerned about the Olympics and keeping up a good show and putting money into that and pumping money into that in a post-war setting than the impending disaster, the technological disaster that's on the horizon that could once again happen. Again, related to Japanese history, it's hardly the first thing to use the Olympics as a metaphor of getting out of trouble, of progressing to being in a real world again. I think there was a mention of a war in this period as well, so it's post-war. They're trying to rebuild through the Olympics. I'm even seeing some Japan sinks in that, which I am a defender of. I like Japan sinks. Nobody else does. So yeah, I mean, like, I understand what the government is trying to do here. They're very rah-rah. There's no problem here. There's no... What's the thing in Avatar? Something about Ba Sing Se? There's no war in Ba Sing Se. That's it. They're trying to say that. But again, military is presenting current, very impending doom on the horizon. Again, I talk about an environmental message here. Can we relate to that? Countries focusing on things they probably shouldn't be focusing on, and focusing on tangential things like the Olympics. And then again, politics. People are fed up with it. There's protests, there's riots, even early in the film, right? Like what's going on here? If not a huge riot chasing after this one kid. like nobody is focusing on the overall. Nobody is focusing on the impending structures above them that are oppressing them and breaking them down. Again, is this a good story? Is Tetsuo doing a good thing? Maybe it's a little bit. Maybe there isn't heroes and villains here. At certain points in the movie, I'm rooting for Tetsuo. At certain points in the movie, I'm rooting for Kaneda. At certain points in the movie, I'm rooting for the military guy. Like, it's complex in that way, which I really, really do enjoy. And again, I'm sure somebody could talk about the revolutionary stuff a little bit more. So there's some self-immolation imagery somewhere here too, where I forget where it is. Well, one, there's this explosion in the, I'm guessing this is like a movie theater, which is a little bit too real. Colonel's office, interrogation. No, it's somewhere in here. They're having a conversation. It's like that weird capitalist guy and Ryu. Yeah, this is when shit has already hit the fan. It's somewhere in here somewhere, and the guy, the religious guy that I've shown before, he's writing the thing, and yeah, again, I saw almost some self-immolation stuff to it, so... Again, historical context there, pursue at your pleasure and leisure. So I write an environmentalist message here, but I think it's more in the background than anything else. Again, I've talked about the Olympics idea and how that is talking about that slightly. You could also invoke that nuclear bomb idea as well, and that's impact on the environment. The most specific scene that I saw here, is it invasion? Are we in the sewer tunnel? No. Battle in the sewer, that would do it. Yeah, why is there so much stinky sewage around? It's so much fucking runoff coming off this building that we're trying to infiltrate. The tallest building in town. One of the tallest buildings I've ever seen in anything, really. Like, why does that exist? Where's all this sewage going? Is it being pumped into the water? We see clean water and sunlight at the very end of the movie. Like a breaking down of everything else, but still what exists is the water and the clouds and the sun. Almost some Genesis stuff there. Of course, the environmentalist message of like the nature of humans being combined with technology as well through Tetsuo's transformation here and through this sequence. Like, you know, you could read into that as well some things, but I think it opens up larger questions. That's why I bring it up, right? So I think characters of Akira are all oppressed by structures above them, right? So let's go through it. Main characters. Tetsuo, oppressed by structures for sure, oppressed by his own gang even, right? It's the schooling system, the people that are imprisoning him, the hospital, the military, all these people trying to contain his power, right? He's the most telltale example. But even K's being even controlled by these people that are trying to help them, the children, the espers, right? As well as this revolutionary cause she's a part of. I don't know if she volunteered. I don't know if she was volunteered by someone else to join, but she needs to rebel. Is that also being kind of controlled by a structure and forced into a mold by a structure as well? Military guy, very obvious. He's controlled by the military structure and the government. Scientist guy, oppressed by the military, and so on and so forth. Right? Even the capitalist guy in the end, he may have been on top of the world in that regard. Nezu's demise. Is it even Nezu's demise? Yeah, this guy, like, on top of the world at some points, right? But, like, even by the end, he's popping pills and can't control anything, and the revolution has taken over, right? That is a structure oppressing him. The only character in this entire thing, right, that I believe isn't fighting back against the structure is Kaneda. And he kinda is, right? So, but I think he's jovial in that way. He's making fun of it. He doesn't seem as angsty as everyone else, put it that way. He's taken it a little bit light. And I found that a little bit abrasive with the tone of the rest of the movie. I found that hard to grasp onto something with Kaneda. But in that way, in a plot sense, he's also perfect for the story. Like, is that why Tetsuo is, in the end, so envious, right? Like, Kaneda doesn't have to try to ride the bike. He just rides the bike, right? He doesn't have to be, like... He's good at it. In a way that Tetsuo isn't. And Tetsuo is envious of that, but Kaneda's just writing the structure better. He's just approaching it in a more again, jovial way, where Tetsuo isn't. He's constantly, like, aware of all these structures oppressing him and fighting out against it. Is the correct thing to do in this way just to exist as humans as we can, as individuals within the structure the best way we can? Is that why Kaneda survives in the end? But does he only merely survive and doesn't evolve like Tetsuo does, right? Tetsuo fought back, and Tetsuo evolved. Kaneda is content, Kaneda did not. I don't know, something in that I'm thinking. I don't know how I spanned off environmental stuff into that, but kinda, it just made me think of it, I guess. I'm definitely seeing some superhero/supervillain type stuff here. So the most obvious one, again, I'll bring it up, it's a very obvious metaphor. Red Cape. Where is Red Cape? Where is a good shot of Red Cape? That is a good shot of Red Cape. Oh. If you don't need to see my OBS either. Anyway, Red Cape. Hello, Red Cape. Red Cape invokes superhero, like Superman, or I mean, any other number of superheroes, really. A lot of them wear capes, except for the ones in The Incredibles. But anyway, I'm getting off track. Sneaking out of government facilities, I'm thinking X-Men. I'm thinking some of the villains in something like Spider-Man. I'm thinking some of the villains in Batman, in the DC universe, and the MCU, and everything else in between. Like, what else is a Winter Soldier? What else is a Black Widow? Beyond this, right? They escape these structures with a lot of baggage, but have superpowers as a result. Cool. You see what I'm saying here, right, though? And then you can apply a superhero origin story to a lot of different things that we've talked about previously, and superheroes and their existence of, their evidence of power of one stories, the evidence of political and revolutionary stories, and, everything else in between. Especially the villain arc of flying too close to the sun, even though he is somewhat, I guess, what's the word, sympathetic in this way. Like, he's not entirely a villain, he's not entirely a hero. But yeah, less sure on that one, it's less evidenced, I think. There's only a few things that give me that idea. Hopefully you've been enjoying this so far, because I'm going to continue here. Did Tetsuo succeed? Did Akira succeed? Talk about infant symbolism here. What is Tetsuo trying to do? Is he aware of what he's trying to do? Or is he just... his brain says go to get Akira, and then he gets Akira, and then he transforms into Flesh Bomb because he lost an arm, and then invited the technology into the body system. Again, Tetsuo, inferiority complex, all over this thing, right? Can't stand being helped, can't stand being the one that's being saved all the time, can't stand people looking out for him, can't stand this compassion and people looking down on him, and everything else in between, right? Like, starts from a young age, continues with the bike scene, continues later with the trying to escape scene, and then he gets power, starts power tripping, starts taking things out on other people. Remember in the very start of the movie how he is sitting outside of the bar? Like, not invited into the bar. Clearly the runt of the group comes back to the bar later on and wrecks the place. Gets his revenge. But in the very end, still calls for help. But still in the very, very end, still asserts his own sense of self. I am Tetsuo. I don't know. Did he succeed? Maybe. Did Akira succeed? He succeeded in the past. He has transcended the human form and all that other stuff. He's now exists within dreams. He's creating universes. He's essentially God, as invoked by the religious stuff we've seen earlier as well, which we talk about again a little bit later on as well. Like, in that way, okay, Akira remains a child, but he's like a god child, right? When when Tetsuo tries to do a similar thing, he's merely an infant. So he is less than Akira. He is not as good as Akira. Akira is more pure. Tetsuo technically fails if he's trying to emulate Akira. Again, weird stuff going on. Giant baby around here somewhere. Yeah, right there, giant baby. Hello, giant baby. You are not as good as Moonchild Kid. Either way, we'll move on to religious symbolism because it's tied into this point. So, what do gods do? Gods create universes. The children towards this part also praying to Akira's remains, if I can get back over there. Yeah, almost blind faith. Almost going to be consumed by the flesh monster that is now Tetsuo, but continues to pray to Akira, right? So, again, associating Akira with godhood, creating a universe. Has Akira already transcended in this way? Has he ascended already? Did he create his own universe during 1988? Potentially. Like, the movie's named after him, he's pretty important. Akira also has some stuff with the name that I'll look up now. Like, again, Akira is a given name. It's a unisex name, but predominantly given to males. There are several kanji for Akira, right? And specifically, like, we don't give them kanji. We give them, is it katakana on the poster? I believe it is. Yeah, over here. Yeah, that's katakana, right? Weird. That's normally for a foreign word, no? Weird. So they really don't want to give us any hints as to what Akira really means. But here we got some examples. We got bright, light, shining, light, prosper, clear, acknowledge, clear, bright, sparkle, chapter selection, rising sun, exposure, clarity, refined, gentle, bright, ease, autumn, good, completion, calm, joy, good, Asia Chronicle, good, day, day, day. Oh my god. And then a bunch of people with the name. Either way, You could take like all these words and put them in like one of them word things that have like word associates, and all of it will come up with God. That's all I'm trying to say. There was a more specific translation on a website that I saw, which really gave this like more evidence. But yeah, most popular kanji meaning light coming from the sun, sunlight, and moonlight. Alpha and Omega, I am everything. Either way, Tetsuo is a god baby in this way. As he's still holding on to human desires, what does the ending mean in this context, right? Tetsuo bound by technology, right? Inviting this technology into his own arm, this obsession with the bike, this obsession with revenge, this obsession with even holding on to people like Kaori, right? He's not cut everything off in that pure kind of religious way to ascend, right? That's why maybe he's a god baby, right? He's not quite ready. He hasn't cut everything off. That's why it's a fucking Cronenberg-esque disaster when he tries to. But again, only one of many interpretations that I've already made here today. Again, what does the ending mean in this context? Is he still holding on to some of that humanity instead of assimilating into whatever universe now exists based on Akira and the children? And the espers. Again, I've been talking for a long time now, like 50 minutes on my end, probably shorter on your end, but what did I really accomplish in all of that? Is all of this in vain? And I've got two reasons as to why. One more practical and one a little bit more heady, I would say. One, because this is based on a manga that hasn't been finished or hadn't been finished at the time the movie was made. The story here is not complete. I've read conflicting reports that this is a large chunk of the story or a small chunk of the story. I have not read the manga. I have no basis for where this would be in the story. Is this still an ending? Is this the ending? Are we just cutting around it? Is it an Evangelion type situation where we've just kind of released something else that is the ending and there's more set up around it? I do not know. I do not know. Either way, across my reading that I've done very recently, just this morning, again, everyone loves the manga, people are less sure about the movie. So it's one of those very annoying, the manga is better type operations, which again, this was very good. So, I mean, if the manga's better, that's great. But my point being, is all my analysis up here for naught because there's more evidence for other theories based on the manga and the actual story. But again, this was also made by the guy that made the manga. So, like, if he's not going to tell a good thematic version of his own story, or cinematic version, I should say, then who is? Who is essentially, right? Let's just get some different eye candy down here. Maybe the Freddy Fazbear door. That was pretty good. That'll do. Anyway, here. Sure. Freddy Fazbear. Anyway, now a little bit more heady. Films, media in general, I think Reddit and the internet discourse is, really bad at this. They're not puzzles. They don't exist to be solved. There's such a thing as death of the author. There's such a thing as an analysis that is personal to you and subjective to you that is not always perfect, right? It's watching Akira and just kind of feeling it feels a lot better than what I just did, which is trying to understand it. I think it resists interpretation almost in that way. Like, all that matters is the subjective analyses made by individuals and how interested other parties are in how eloquently they describe it. This is what film criticism should be. It should be less ending explained movie, like videos and that kind of thing, right? Like, Annihilation ending explained or something. We should try to get away from that, I think, and have a little bit more of a wider view as to what certain things can be about because of certain other things, right? So the first one I wrote down here, right? The allegory about post-war Japan and that kind of stuff, right? That one and this one are the ones I'm closely associated. That's my interpretation 10 seconds after the movie ended, right? Then I started reading and thinking about it, and then, like, took in all this, right? Took in other people's interpretation that strengthened my own. But I think this is more valuable than anything else because they're the ones I personally took away from the film thinking. Weird. I used to adore watching a movie with friends, right? And then in the car ride home, like, talking about it. What'd you think? What did that movie make you think of? And all that other kind of stuff. That's fascinating to me. That's kind of why I'm even making this channel. But anyway, is this also just a cop-out because I kind of have no idea what's going on? Kinda. Kinda. It's complicated, and that's good. I like complicated movies. Moving on here, we'll kind of rush through the rest of this stuff, because I think it's less interesting than the other stuff, and I have less to say about it. Overall, aesthetically on the movie, I'll go into specific aspects, but it's one of the most impressive for the time aesthetic movies I've ever seen. It's one of the best applications of the cyberpunk aesthetic. It's fantastically well animated, especially considering the methods they would need to use at this point in time. Like, all this sequence during the finale is mind-blowingly good. It really is. The destruction towards the end, the gravity-bending turn it takes, as well as all the way back here in the iconic opening scenes of the film. The backgrounds, gorgeous, right? Lighting here, fantastic. I really like the music as well. I thought the music was good. Aesthetically, it's mwah. And I think that's what a lot of people appreciate the movie for nowadays. I've definitely seen the narrative online before seeing the movie that the plot's kind of out there. It's kind of everywhere. Some people even say not very good and not very well fleshed out. Because, again, I'm thinking we're lacking that central character to hold on to, but I'll talk about it. I think what gets the praise these days is the visuals, and for good reason, because it is very, very good. Either way, animation, stunning, standout sequences, the effects on Tetsuo's abilities as well. So let's go to Tetsuo flies to the baby room, where he's starting to do all the Esper stuff. I think like all the effects on this kind of stuff is like some of the strongest stuff in the movie for sure. Yeah, this whole sequence, the hospital room to the A room, or the baby room, or whatever the hell, like, very strong. This stuff, very strong. When you think about somebody drawing each and every one of these frames, it becomes very impressive. Also, the scale during the climax, the kind of journey towards the Olympic Stadium, and it almost gave me Monogatari vibes, specifically Kizu Monogatari with the stadium and the final fight there. I think it's a really good setting for a fight. Empty stadiums. Keep doing it. It's one of my favorite things that I'm discovering about myself, is that I really like this kind of fight. And then again, scale expanding as the destruction becomes imminent. Yeah, again, you build up the structures here, you introduce the setting and the structures that we live within, only to shatter them at the end of the movie. Helps make the movie feel whole. It's good. The art of the film, and again, I'll paraphrase here, you could write video essays on the art of this film alone, but really nailing the cyberpunk aesthetic, one of the first progenitors of it. I do not know who really invented this kind of, like, idea, this aesthetic that we see even pervade today. But sure, they're doing a good job with it. I don't know if they were first. I don't know if fucking Blade Runner was first. I don't know if there's something that they're both aping on before that, probably in a fictional prose setting, a little bit more of a book thing. But yeah, like, exists based on the ideas of capitalism and blah, blah, blah. We've talked about it.
Doing a little bit more research on how the term cyberpunk came around in this general aesthetic and this time in history has been kind of fascinating. Because as I've said earlier in the video, even though I said it wrong one time, 1982, that is when Akira first starts being published. Around then, we also have Blade Runner coming out in 83, potentially, I think. 1982 for Blade Runner, yeah, so same year. Before that, we have the defining novel of the cyberpunk genre, generally held to be William Gibson's Neuromancer, which, again, between 81 and 84, because it was published in 84, but there was some stuff about Johnny Mnemonic in 81. Very interesting. But even before that, there's other William Gibson works, like Sheep Look Up, and then a couple of other things here, The Shockwave Rider and Stand on Zanzibar, which has a strong environmental element and its computing betrays its age. Okay, interesting. So again, it was bubbling away in the 70s, but really hit that kind of mainstream in kind of around the early 80s, 82-ish. I'm just wondering, because there's a, kind of coinciding of almost on different sides of the world, the same aesthetic being adopted. I'd love to see some of Katsuhiro Otomo's influences there. I think that would be fascinating. But anyway, I'm rambling. Either way, neon lights are pretty, and tall buildings overshadow society, and they're doing everything right. It's skeevy. There's people fucking undressing each other and kissing in random spots, but there's also huge income inequality. Like here, when we're driving through, like look at this swanky place that then a bunch of ruffians like ride through on their bikes. Scale is demonstrated fantastically well. Again, going right to the ending, and the kind of calm here and the really wide shots. Beautiful. Love the scale of this movie. It feels huge. It feels city encompassing. I think the character design could work to be a little bit more distinct. There were many moments in the film where I mistook some characters for other characters. I think this is a
thing where everybody has black hair, basically. Everyone has black hair that is relatively long. Tetsuo's metamorphosis through the film is fantastic and really differentiates himself as a character, helps that he has that kind of cape as well, and Kaneda in turn with the jacket, until, again, him and Kei are in the same uniforms when they're infiltrating, then it gets a little bit tougher. Like, if I get a good shot of the whole crew, like here, like, what is really differentiating all these people here? Not much. Kei's got black hair. like I knew this guy because he was a little bit taller and he died, but I didn't even know who Kai was. And apparently Kai has a name. I did not know. Again, hair is huge for character design. You probably could have did a little bit more there, but are you betraying the source material that is presumably in black and white and has everybody with black hair? Maybe. Probably biggest criticism of the movie is here now, besides, I guess, overall pacing problems, but I talk about that a little bit as well here. Moment-to-moment character stuff is only fine, right? It's not laugh out loud funny. It's not super endearing. It's not even that scary, really. Some of the stuff with Tetsuo is pretty scary, but other than that, like, what do I know about some of these characters outside of their utility to the plot, right? What do I know about Kei outside of her utility to the plot? I know that she's a rebel. I know that she doesn't suffer fools, I guess, based on some of Kaneda's characterization. Other than that, not much. Probably not much. How about the general guy? How about the other friend character? He's a little bit... He loves his friends, and he's a little bit stupid. The general guy likes order, I guess. There's not much to them besides that. And that's okay. It's just not always my favorite types of stories. As always, I can't go one video without mentioning something like K-On!, which is exactly the opposite direction, and I fucking love it for that. Where the plot doesn't fucking matter, but the characters are the star. I even think you hit a better happy medium with Perfect Blue a couple weeks ago, right? Where there is only one central character, but I know... Oh, there's a couple, actually. But I feel like I know more about Mima than I do out of any of these characters, right? And I feel like I know more about Rumi from Perfect Blue than I do about any of these characters, really. I don't know. It's a choice. There is a trade-off, especially as I'll talk about. Like, is this a problem with the TV anime format? Is this a problem with the manga format being adapted into a movie? So is a TV anime format, gonna like do this better? I would say yes. This also happens to be one of my major criticisms of A Silent Voice as a film as well, where I think A Silent Voice, unpopular opinion, it'd be way better as a TV anime. I really do. And I love A Silent Voice. I really do. So A Silent Voice TV anime, fuck yeah. Akira TV anime, again, they announced it in fucking 2009 or whatever the hell, or before that. Anyway, I was reading about it. Probably a better way to see the story. 24 episode anime about Akira? Fuck yeah. That sounds awesome. Get some good people involved. Be a real treat, I reckon. Other than that, the manga format, obviously its original format, probably better for fleshing out all of these characters and making me feel a little bit more about the deaths. Like, the only characters we really know about moment to moment are Tetsuo and Kaneda. Tetsuo, again, I've talked about his envy and jealous side of his personality, but he's also, like... He's also got this love for Kaori, and he's a little bit more gentle with her, clearly feels for her a little bit. Like, he's a little bit more multifaceted than these other characters. And as well as Kaneda, right? And he does that through being funny. So there's this interrogation scene, which I'm on right now, but there's also the times when he's trying to fucking rizz up Kei and just fails. Like, that's endearing to me. I'd love more of that in the movie. Again, maybe that would make the movie 3 hours long. Maybe it would be impenetrable for this series as a result. Maybe. The music is really cool. There are standout tracks during bike chase scene. I do not know if this is also where the Kaneda Tetsuo track is. I feel like it's similarly close to here. Maybe a little bit further here. This kind of stuff is when we hear the Kaneda Tetsuo, like that kind of stuff, which I really enjoyed. It's definitely got this different aesthetic. It's not quite as, again, other cyberpunk pieces of media go a little bit more synthy. It's not really like that. A lot of drums involved. Again, I think it's got this real tribal sound to it, especially during the end credits, right? So like this like this kind of like rhythmic beat to it. I got an early Humans vibe. Matches the creation of life theme in the movie and towards the ending, right? Like Tetsuo is created in a universe. This reminds me of the first Humans. It's almost 2001 adjacent as well, especially with the giant baby imagery. But yeah, you don't get a lot of like thumping synths like something like a Cyberpunk 2077 or fucking Vangelis, their soundtrack for Blade Runner, which is one of the best soundtracks ever. Vangelis? I think it's Latin. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, pacing, I think it's fine. It drags in a few spots. Again, I've mentioned already that Tetsuo escapes the facility and then is brought back into the facility. I understand why you need to do that, but it's a bit of a momentum killer, I reckon. Also, probably there's a little bit, I don't know about this Nezu's demise stuff. I don't even really think you need that in the movie that much. It kind of just spoils the momentum of the march on the Olympic Stadium, which feels like it goes on for a good 20 minutes, where just wish you would just get there because that's where the cool stuff happens. I think Perfect Blue is a perfectly paced movie, so this is a very hard one to compare to, but there are a few drops in momentum where Perfect Blue fucking breezed by. Again, not a perfect analogy considering Perfect Blue's 80 minutes and this is 120, but, you know, Perfect Blue felt like 20 minutes, honestly. Just as we're wrapping up here, we'll look at a few standout scenes. I really enjoyed the teddy bear hallucination scene, which is Invasion. Just fantastically creative from the start when we're grabbing the glass, right? Like, drinks the water, glass falls to the ground, grabs teddy bear, throws teddy bear away, like water over here, and then we expand out and show all the toys, yeah? Like, again, I said in the moment, casting away this side to himself, his childhood side, growing up, per se. And then, again, being, like, attacked by the almost vestiges of these childhood images. Very effective scene, particularly like the part where they get all big and then he falls through the fucking Legos. Fucking sick scene. Awesome. Again, the opening's super iconic. I must have seen this opening somewhere. I recognize so much of it. Love the scene with the dogs too. That was a fantastic part where we're contrasting what is shown on screen with the happy dogs with the dogs of reality, right? What we're being shown, what we're being propagated isn't exactly reality, right? And of course, how could we forget playing chicken with this guy and then the famous Akira slide? Right here, direct contrast, right? In fighting his system, fighting the motorbike, right? Not very skillful. Falls apart, skill, right? Class, finesse. I am in perfect sync with everything else that's going on, from the uniform to the boots to the bike to the electricity. I am in control, and something that Tetsuo was not, and is envious of that. Fantastically demonstrated. So on top of this just being an iconic shot, it's also very thematically relevant. I enjoyed that. Skipping all the way to the end almost. The stuff with the orbital laser. Like specifically the part where he flies up into space, a la Superman, and grabs the fucking satellite laser and starts firing it on random shit. I'm imagining the kids protected Kaneda when he randomly got shot by a stray thing as well. So again, direct comparison between Kaneda and Tetsuo. Tetsuo gets hit by the fucking beam, loses an arm, and then Kaneda, like, is fine for whatever reason. I think he gets protected by the Espers. Like, again, that burning envy. Even at this point, I'm still not as good as Kaneda. Fantastically well demonstrated. A great scene that shows scale. It's just a fucking pop-off moment. It's cool as shit. A little bit more of a, I guess you would call it a plot scene, exposition scene. We talk about some really nice heady ideas here, even if Kaneda's doing his best job to be as stupid as possible. The stuff about the amoeba, the stuff about Akira existing in everybody, and the stuff about like the kids talking through, or Kyoko in particular, talking through Kei in this moment, opening up the prison, letting them escape, seeing these people as almost their final chance here. Yeah, this is the scene that got my head ticking, and probably led to a lot of these ideas that I talked about up here. So, great. The last scene I'll talk about is action scene in sewage tunnel, which I feel like I have seen before as well. The lighting's fantastic. I love the setting. I love following the actions of the different characters here. I love that we lose a character here. Just a lot of good stuff. A really fucking fantastic kind of action scene that propels the plot because they get on the vehicle and then are able to pursue Tetsuo. It's just great. It's really, really good. Bringing back the motorbike motif too. Beautiful. Love it. So yeah, I mean, that's the movie. I'm very open and willing to talk about more of these things, whether it be on Discord, whether it be in the comments, whether it be anywhere else. Please hit me up with more Akira stuff. Uh, I'd love to read the manga. I'm probably not going to because I just don't have time these days to commit to such things, um, between this channel and everything else. So sorry, but the movie's really good. I would recommend it. I'll probably give it high 8 out of 10, something like that. And I'm very picky, so don't take an 8 out of 10 as a bad review. Visually stunning, thought-provoking, sci-fi classic. What else can you say? I'd love to see more in this vein the next lot of movies that I do. But either way, my voice is starting to hurt, so I'm going to skedaddle, but not without my shield stuff. So if you liked the video here today, please like the video. If you liked the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, or movie in this case. Anything, thoughts, feelings, criticisms, anything else in between, please comment below. Twitter, I'm on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll follow you back. And the Discord, hit me up with movie recommendations, hit me up with Akira theories, thoughts, facts, memes, funnies, anything else in between. Yeah, thank you for watching if you've watched this far, and hope this video finds you well. And I'm just going to say goodbye. Goodbye. Cheerio, everybody. Hope you have a good rest of your year. Anyway, weird.